Yes, this is Vince Ciroli, Marketing Manager at Exit One Realty, Columbus, Ohio. And today I'm going to talk about purchasing power and the importance of interest rate when you're out there trying to buy a home. First, let me just give a little bit of background and update everyone on the kind of the current real estate market. As we all know, the market today is under microscope from Wall Street to the halls of Congress to Main Street, and everyone is waiting for this market to bottom out as far as price is concerned and start heading north again. So, I guess the question always is, well, is this the bottom? The only time that we really know whether or not we've put in a bottom in any kind of market is kind of looking back and saying, well, back there, 1 month ago, 5 months ago, a year ago, that looked like to be the bottom. So the bottom is only one of those things that you really kind of discover in hindsight, only if we had a crystal ball, I guess. So let's, for a moment, forget about the price of a home and maybe talk about interest rates. And the same thing is true with interest rates as with home prices. The only time that we really know that we've hit a bottom in interest rates is kind of looking back. But and I'll talk a little bit about this, further on in the program here. But all I know is that interest rates right now are at historic lows, and there's not much lower that the interest rates can go between here and zero. But as we all know, interest rates can certainly go up from here. But a little bit more about interest rates. As we all know, homes are, almost all homes are financed, and many times they're financed over a 30-year period of time. And what makes up that monthly payment is a combination of the principal, the interest, taxes, and insurance. Many times you'll see PITI written on a document or on a website, and that's really what that means: principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And the bulk of the PITI payment is usually principal and interest, of which most of that payment, especially initially, goes toward interest. In fact, more than half of the PI goes towards the interest in the first 18 and a half years on a 30-year loan. And of course, that's kind of based on today's very favorable rates. So as we're talking about, that price isn't everything, and it certainly isn't when you start considering really what happens in purchasing power. Well, price is important. You need to really consider those interest rates and fees. When you find a home that you like, one of the things that we suggest is that people go to our website, www.thecolumbusmls.com, and as you're looking for homes there, you'll also find a mortgage calculator, and we encourage everyone to use that mortgage calculator to see what happens, especially as you play with interest rates. So look at that payment, because homes, even though we're talking about purchasing a home and what the price is of the home and what the interest rate is, many times it really gets down to what you can afford and what you can afford on a monthly payment basis. So take a look at that payment and run that interest rate up and down by 1 or 2%, and determine what happens to your purchasing power. The difference between what you can afford with one rate versus a lower rate is really what I term the purchasing power. So what can you afford at 7% and what you can afford at 6% will certainly be two different things. Here's a little chart that I prepared that will give you an indication of precisely what we're talking about. Kind of look at the middle of the chart there, where you'll see kind of the green oval around a couple payments there. One at 6%, which is $1,079, and one at 7%, which is $1,077. Now, while the interest rates are a percentage difference between the 6 and the 7, what really happens if you go all the way over to the left, when interest rates are 6%, with that $1,079, you can purchase a $200,000 home. But if interest rates were to go from 6 to 7%, basically that same monthly payment only buys you $180,000 worth of house. So what we run into on a day-to-day basis in the real estate business will be people that will wait trying to get that last $500 or $1,000 in negotiating that price lower, and in the interim what they'll see is that their interest rates are starting to push up. And what's happening is, as they wait trying to get that last $500 or $1,000, their purchasing power has eroded much more than that. So take a look and keep in mind this particular chart kind of going forward. So the rule of thumb that you'll see when you look at that chart that we just had up there is, when interest rates go up by 1%, your purchasing power goes down by 10%. Let's take a quick look here at some interest rate history. Of course, this only goes through 2007, but 2008 and here in early part of 2009, you'll see that interest rates have been hovering between that 5 and 6%. But what that basically tells us is that interest rates are at historic all-time low. And what you don't want to have happen to you is that you wait too long and your purchasing power will be eroded as interest rates go up. So what we're seeing is a lot of buyers in the marketplace right now trying to find the bargain, and there certainly are a great deal of bargains out there on a day-to-day basis. They're trying to take advantage of the low prices and low interest rates to get into that dream home, something that many times, especially for first-time home buyers, they get closer to their dream home the first time around rather than having to make 2 or 3 moves in order to get into that dream home. So they're certainly taking advantage of the low current interest rates and the low prices. Again, here's that rule of thumb that you want to keep in mind. So as you see interest rates, and we really do see this when interest rates just start to creep up a little bit, the buyers certainly come into the marketplace fearful of losing the opportunity out there. So 1% rate increase reduces your purchasing power by 10%. If you'd like a more detail on this and would like to see a more detailed report, you can always email us at vince@Exit1Team, or you can always give me a call at 614-212-7729. Or if you're ready to take advantage of the current market, you can always visit our website, where you'll find the calculators that I just mentioned at www.thecolumbusmls.com. Again, this is Vince Ceroli, Marketing Director, Exit One Realty, Columbus, Ohio. Thanks for listening.